Hello everybody. For the people that are joining us via YouTube, welcome. And I'm connected also live to the experts. They are from different parts in the world. So I also say thank you guys for joining us. Sometimes it's kind of challenges because where you live, it's already night. Or in the opposite, we have also an expert from Brazil, which means now it's 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the mornings, and she's also joining us during this call or there is live. So that's really a warm thanks from the bottom of my heart to you guys. So last Tuesday we did this first online hybrid challenge. During this challenge, the challenge came to answer the question of we needed to do something in regard to a competition. Normally, if COVID wasn't, or the pandemic wasn't going on, we should already be in Shanghai making the official competition. Unfortunately, COVID happens. So we cannot just close our hands. We have to find and innovate in order to make, in order to work or to make a competition. The idea came to the online competition. Of course, now a lot of the last year, we learned how to work online. Students do that, professors do that, even doctors. If you needed to go to the doctors, you don't, and you're not, you don't need, you're not very sick. You can do it via online also, via telephone or via the camera. So the solutions are here, but we didn't want only to do it online alone. We needed also to work also with the hardware. The Water Technology Skill Challenge is not only about theory or only about software, it's also about hands-on training and hands-on task. So we needed to implement this part of the task into our the Water Technology Challenge that we did. So the idea was to have, or what we did, is to have 3 tasks. The first task deal with theory. Here we ask the participant to answer some question that it's related to the water and wastewater sector. We did 30 questions. Each question goes from simple to harder. We also did task number 2 is the task dealing with water or with the hardware itself. So we used here a state-of-the-art Festo equipment, the EduKit PA Basic. And also for the third part, we did create or helped in the development of an exercise where we used a simulation software to simulate the phosphorus recovery that happens in the wastewater treatment plant. So the challenge went pretty fine. Sometimes it was kind of challenging because the quality of the internet wasn't stable, so it affected the quality of the camera that we're seeing. But overall, because we also asked the participant to send us some pictures, and they send a lot of those pictures, we were able to judge and assess correctly what the competitor did. Also, we provided an expert guide to the experts at the beginning, so they can fill it and send it to us. And based on their judgment, we also gave point. In one case, also there was an expert who recorded the whole competition from the participant that allowed us also to watch it later and also to judge it by ourselves. So there is different possibilities in order to have or to give a score to the competitor. When it comes to the software or to task number 3, that was also pretty easy because at the end of the task you can see how long it takes the exercise to be solved and also the total of points that were achieved in that regard. So this is a little bit what we did. But for the people that are watching us, this is what we did during the competition. There was also a lot of work before the competition. So we needed to send this message to the World Skills member and expert that we're doing a challenge. Then we needed also to do to create the exercise and also to think about the possibility or to put in our mind that we will not be next to the participants, so we have to do the exercises that we can easily judge via camera. This is sometimes, or what we did now, it's not exactly the same that we do or we will do in Shanghai next year, or what we did also in Kazan in 2019. In Kazan, during the competition, we go a little bit deep with what the participants should do, and also we really are very, let's say, we focus a lot on how he works. We are there, we're watching him the whole time. So it's not only about having an overall picture, but now we're really doing micromanagement of what he's doing. And we're scoring every time he does a mistake, or every time he does something good, we give him a good point. So here in the development of the exercise, we tried to develop something that was easily understandable and also easily assessed at the end. The competitor did well, all of them. Some of them didn't finish, but it's normal. Some of them also didn't have enough experience with the equipment, and that's why we did this challenge. So before I keep talking, I will show a video. This a video, it's also for the expert who will be able to watch it via Teams, and also for the people that are joining us via the YouTube channel, they will be able to watch it, and I will, let's say, comment in each part of the video. So give me a moment, please. And I will be able also to explain the philosophy behind each exercise and give some hints for the guys, for the participant, and also for the people that are watching us. So our skill is skill 55. It's called the water technology. In this skill, we did create it, or we did bring it to the world skills family in order to raise awareness when it comes to the water technology, or to the water itself. So the skill became official since Kazan, but the skill existed before since 2011. During the actual skill, like in the World Skills Challenge in Kazan or in Shanghai, there is different tasks that we need to solve. We have the task that deals with mechanical work. We have a task that deals with chemistry, so laboratory chemistry for a water and wastewater treatment plants, or an operator that he needs to know. We do also mechanical work using pump station, for example. We do also a little bit of automatization in the water sector. So now we don't go deep with PLC programming, but we can do exercise with PID control. We have equipment from Festo that are used for this task. We also work at the end, the end of the whole challenges. Then the participant needs to write as a small report. So it's like also what he needs to do during the operator, or there is his daily work at the waste treatment plant. So here we see a little bit what we did. We couldn't do, for example, the chemistry lab. We didn't want to go deep with the PID control in online, but maybe next time we will implement that. The mechanical work, we only focused in the etiquette PA. We didn't bring a pump. So the first part, we needed also to change, or the part that we didn't do, then we needed to create a new part for this online challenge where we can that can simulate a little bit what the competitor does during the actual or the normal challenge. So here, you see that we created this theoretical question. The theoretical question, I made it that only one good answer is possible. We had 30 questions, and within this 30 question, not everybody got the full score. So I will tell you guys who got the first point here. So Miss Nagel from Germany is the one that got the full 28 points out of 30. And the second one was Mr. Sadiq from Iran. He also got 27 points out of 30. So, but it doesn't mean you have to wait for the other tasks in order for you guys to know who's the winner. Now I'm just telling who won every small, or the task number 1. Doesn't mean you want task number 2, doesn't mean you want task number 3. So, but all the people, so really answered more than 60% of the question. So that means either the question were easy, I need to make them hard next time, or that means the question, or that means the participant knows, they know exactly what they studied, and they are really good when it comes to theoretical question for the water and wastewater sector. So this was the task number 1. I will let you watch, or I will start again a new video. It's from Dr. Imani from Festo Didactic, where you will hear his message to us for regarding this challenge, or this online challenge that we did. One moment, please. Wait, I need to include the sound.
My name is Nader Imani. I am the Vice President of the Festo Didactic Company in Germany with operations worldwide. As you all know, we are going through an unprecedented crisis, a sanitary crisis that is really impacting all aspects of life. Also the education. Education is going through a tremendous change that is impacting the way that we are delivering education worldwide. Now with the crisis of COVID, it is also a matter of importance to consider that there is new format that not only could be a kind of way out, but kind of innovation in education. So the hybrid form of collaborative learning is the future. Digital education and digital support is offering solutions in there. What we have been going through in this hybrid water challenge, skill challenge, has been a tremendous step forward in the right direction. So we are not only innovating on how the education of 21st century should be, but also at the same time, we are putting our finger on the pain point that the climate change is asking for. Green growth, green economy, green education. So the water technology is being a field for green growth, as we all humans, and for our planet, we need to recycle our most precious elements of life, water. So what you have done together is really a challenging in order to innovative education, but at the same time to try to create a new field of specialty and vocation, occupation, the water technologist. Thank you for your participation. Thank you for the audacity that you have been having to take part in this bold step towards innovation in technical education. Let's continue this. Let's have this audacity for our future, and let's try our future that we would like to have and we are borrowing from our next generation.
That was a message from Dr. Imani. We thank him for that. And really, I guess the message, we work in the water sector. You work, guys, in the water sector. Your participant also is studying to be an operator or an engineer in the water sector. And for me, it's more than a job. Here, we're not only focusing we're not creating only value to us, but we're creating value also to the people around us, to the environment, to our countries. So really, guys, I hope that more and more people are joining this sector or this field of study, because as I said last time, and I repeat myself, there is really a lack of shortage in this field everywhere in the world. For a reason, a lot of young people don't think about the environmental sector, especially the water sector. Everybody is focusing more in the IT and software and maybe other fields. They are also needed, but we need more people in the water sector. And one important thing is, like, if you work in the water sector, it's also good in case there is crisis, economical crisis. We always and we will always need a water operator. We will always need a water engineer. So that means your job is really, really secure. And this can be really, a good thing or a good argument to use also in order to attract people to come to your vocational school and to study the water sector or the water field. And also in the water sector, it's really, there is a big range of different things you can do. There is the civil engineer part, there is the operation part, there is the chemistry laboratory part, there is the process engineering for drinking water, there is the wastewater process engineering, there is the membrane technology. So really, it's a big field, and there is a lot to be done. In the last 40, 50 years, there was a lot of change, but not enough. And what is good, or what we're trying to do also with the world skills, or what we're doing right now with the water technology challenge that we did, is that we don't only show the water technology in a conservative way. We also bring new ideas to this. And one of the ideas that we are bringing is the automatization in the water sector. So we are building, you saw there is a lack of water everywhere in the world. There is a lack of water for resources. There is more industries, more population is growing. So at some point, the equation will be really unbalanced. Because you have more people, more industry, less water. So you have to find new solutions. And in that regard, we developed, or the nations, and there is a lot of work going on everywhere in the world with building new water treatment plant, new wastewater treatment plant, new desalination plant. And where we are building them, we're building them in the year 2021. That means we're also using the technology that exists. And one of the technologies that exists is automatization. So what we do in the world skills is that, as I said, we bring also this automatization into the water sector. So a future water technologist or a water engineer doesn't need to know about the automatization sector, all of it. He just needs to know the vocabulary it is used. He just needs to know a little bit so that he can have and talk with his team colleague or his supervisor who has more, or who is, for example, a process engineer or let's say process control engineer. So here you also have guys to also push, because a lot of you guys work in vocational school as instructor, as professor. So you have also to think about this and to prepare your student not only for the water sector that is going now, but also for the water sector for the future, so that he can easily find a job, and he can easily reach the productivity we need from him when he starts the work as soon as possible. So let's watch the video you've been watching. This is the task 2. The task 2, we use the Educate PA equipment, Educate PA Basic, because there is another version, Advanced, where we add sensors, and we use a software to control the station, because then the sensors play the role of our let's say eyes when it comes to the how much flow or how much level you have in the tank. It's also replaced the eye when we read, for example, in the manometer, how much pressure. Now you have a pressure sensor directly that sends the signal to your software. So in order to control the station, then you have to have a laptop and you use the software with it. But as I said, for the task and for this first challenge that we're doing, we keep it simple. We use Educate PA Basic. So we had the guys, or the exercise was that there was a problem with the station, and the city decided to change the station layout in order to avoid the problems that happened before. So, and we said that they used an artificial intelligence computer or software that they solved the problem, and they gave them a layout. But the layout they gave them was also based in the PI diagram. And here we test also the understanding that the participant should know how to read a PI diagram. That's a necessity. He doesn't need to have the picture itself. From the PI diagram, he needs to know and translate that to a real life situation with his equipment. So based on that, he needed to change the layout from an old layout to this new layout. Here we changed normally in the Educate PA first layout. The two tanks are one above each other. Now we changed. One tank will go to the side. And also we made sure, or we made it clear in the text, that they have to lower the upper tank a little bit low till they reach a little bit the lower tank. So there will be, the difference between them should not be more than, let's say, 10 centimeters. Unfortunately, not everyone got this point, because as I said during the competition, it's really necessary that the person read the whole exercise. And I can see that not all of them really read, or maybe they read the whole exercise, but didn't understand, or their brain didn't focus in the last part. The focus was more in the first part. Before I move to, I stop the video before it moves to the third part. Talking about task number 2. So in task number 2, as I said, not all the participants did read the exercises, because some of them answered correctly the first part, which to change the tank from the above the like the tank is not anymore in the same line, but they put it in another line. That was correct. Most of them, or let's say 100% of them, did that correctly. But when it comes to the second part, which we wrote it in the exercise only small at the end, not all of them did implement it, or not all of them understand it correctly. So this is why, there was a lot of changes or fluctuation between the point. And when it comes to the task number 2, then the winner was Mr. Chikang from China. He's the one who got the most points, were 33 points. So maybe at the end, if we have time, or later, guys, I can also send you how the station should have looked, that you also have an idea. So with this, I finished the explanation of task 2, or the idea behind. We watch another video from Mr. Rodiger Heidbrecht from DVA. That's the German Water Association. And after that, we come back to continue with the task number 3. See you guys, or talk to you guys in a few seconds.
Gentlemen, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is a short video about World Skills International, and especially the skill number 555, water technology. My name is Rüdiger Heidebrecht. I'm head of the Department Training International Corporation in DWA, the German Association for Water, Wastewater and Waste. why we are supporting this skill since 2030, because I think it's an excellent way of motivating young people to learn in the water sector. We also from DWA supporting university challenge and professional skills competition as well, but World Skills International is a special focus. Young people all over the world are doing skills competition and skills task on a 4-day journey for the professional way. And we from DWA is supporting that. In the time of pandemic and Corona, of course, Shanghai was postponed to next year in October. This gives us a little bit more time to develop new tasks. I'm one of 3 guys who developed this task for the next skills competition in October 22. We try to be a modern way of learning. We will introduce VR glasses. We will introduce new simulations to the skills competition to show the real world in the water sector. Water gets more and more problem in the world. We have a scarcity in the world. We need good qualified engineers and technicians. Technicians is a big focus on this skill competition. With the help of our promoter group, which is Festo and Adiro and World Skills Germany, we're supporting these skills worldwide, and also this hybrid challenge which just took place with the mobile and far distance learning. I think that is also a good chance to learn from each other. I've seen it also in the WEF, the Water Environmental Federation in America, they did it. So I think it's a possibility in the time of Corona to stay in touch, to learn from each other, and to introduce new technology. I wish you all the best. Learning is a joyful thing, and I think it's very important to continue. I myself, I'm 65 and still learning all my life. All the best for the young competitors and for the Skill 55. I will strongly, and the association will strongly support this movement. And it's a journey. I hope many countries come in and join us for the journey for skill number 55, water technology. Okay, bye-bye.
So, welcome again. This was a message, or a good message. We thank Rodiger for that. He's from the German Water Association, and also they are one of the people that will create also the exercise in World Skills Shanghai 2022. Normally we create some of the exercise, and also this time for the laboratory exercise, especially for the chemistry lab, and also we work together in creating exercise when it comes to using the software that you see in front of you, that also we used during the World Skills the hybrid challenge. So the software, the idea behind it, we will make some change to the layout of the software, that's for sure. So this is a first version for this challenge. We wanted to see also how the participant will work with this challenge, and also how he will, let's say, I watched a lot of videos, or I watched the videos that the experts recorded when it comes to the software, to understand where they click, if they needed more explanation, or they needed more tutorials before. One thing to say, that was also their first time using the software, so we didn't have enough time before to do tutorials or to explain them how it works. We created in the paper, in the exercise itself, pictures where they have to click, where they have to add the values. But overall, the feedback was really good from the expert and also from the participant, and we thank them for that. So the idea behind this exercise is that you have to have a system thinking, or the water wastewater operator or technician or engineer have to have this system thinking. It's not because you you find a solution for problem 1 that it means it will not create for you a problem number 2. So your solution, you have to find a solution that solves all your problem, but without creating new challenges for you. And this is what we try to do with this software, is that we will simulate different, I'm talking now and I'm also talking for the future. The exercise that came in the software will simulate either the water drinking operation or the wastewater drinking operation. We focus only in these two. So there will be a wastewater treatment plant or a drinking water plant. We will create a problem within the system. So it might be, for example, in our case, the participant needed to do phosphorus recovery. For phosphorus recovery, there is two types. Either you do it chemically or you do it biologically. We choose here to focus only in chemically because that might be a little bit challenges if we do it biologically. And here we needed to add ions to the system, and in order to lower the total phosphorus in the effluent. The exercise was said that the city want to change to lower the maximum value for the total phosphorus in the effluent. So it sent a memo to the waste treatment plants of the city in order to prepare already what should be changed. In the simulation, we do it in a 21 days, that means we create or we make the station when we add the ions to the system a steady state after 21 days, and then we have to do the simulation 7 days. And this is what you saw when it's click in the simulation time. You see it goes to 21 days, then goes to 0, then goes to 7 days again. And this was necessary. Let me just keep it here. This was necessary in order, as I said, to reach this steady state. We cannot just simulate 7 days, 7 days, 7 days, one after the other. So the solution here was that he needed to add the chemicals, the iron ions to the system in order to lower the maximum value for total phosphorus. Most of the participants did achieve that score, and now for that they will get 1 point. But when they add this the iron ions, it will also affect the ammonium in the effluent, like the ammonium in the effluent. So it will make it more than the target value. And here the participant also needed to add chemicals in order to lower this value. Of course, adding these chemicals, of course he can add whatever he wants, solve the problem number 1, add also another number, big number, solve the problem number 2. But when it comes to efficiency, this is not the most efficient way. Also, in real life, you pay for these chemicals. So you cannot just use all the stock because it solves your problem and you don't care about that. It's taxpayer money, payer money, or if it's private, it's your company. So the more you make, you lower the cost, I guess the better for you. Maybe you can ask for a salary rise because you did it in the best way, in the best resource efficiency way. So here we said that we put some numbers for the price of the chemicals, and then we said that in order to achieve the best chemical cost, it should be lower than 95 euros per day. So that now the person has to think about how to solve the problem without creating another problem. If it creates another problem, then how to solve also this problem. So there is a steady point, or a sweet point, I call it, where everything will work fine. And they need to find this. So also here, Mr. Chang Chi Kang, sorry if I pronounced this wrong, but I think I do it correctly. He's the winner of this challenge because he achieved the maximum score of 30. And also, I guess this is what we saw right now. He achieved it really in 2 minutes only. So it's really, really impressive. So this was the task number 3. After I finish this video, we will watch also another video from Hilmar Tech. Is the expert from Germany, and also he is the chief expert in the water technology skill number 55. So we wait till the end. So now you saw that in the first task, Miss Nagelmachen from Germany was the winner. Second task was Mr. Chang Qikang from China, and also the last one was also the same. So we watch a small video. This is, sorry guys, I clicked. So we watch a small video about, it's an impression about what we did in Kazan. So you see the participant working, and you see also what type of exercise. I will try to give you hints for you also for the people that are joining us, either for the first time that they don't have, or they have no idea what we do. This is a little bit the exercise we do. So here you see we are working, or they are working with the Edukit PA Advanced. You see all the sensors. What we used in our challenge was only the basic, as I said. The idea here was to calculate some PI controllers and then to implement it. This is, as I said, we bring automatization into the water sector. As I said, the operator doesn't need to know all about automatization, but a little bit, a basic knowledge is necessary for the future. I say for the future, because we want that the person who's a water technologist, not only a water technologist now, in the actual time, but also for the future. So here you see a little bit the experts that were joined us. They were really 14 experts from 12 nations. I will show you later which nations are those. And also the competitor, there were 11 competitors from 7 nations, because some nations, they sent not only one competitor, we allowed it this time to have 2 competitors representing the nation. Of course, all the competitors that are took part of this challenge, I'm sure not all of them had an idea about this the water technology exercise. So please, for the winners, that you did very well. For the others, you also did very well. Take that you cannot compare each other between each other, because there is some that have already the equipment and studied or started working on them since, let's say, it's been probably maybe 6 months, 8 months from what I see, and there is some others that they use it maybe only 2-3 weeks before the challenge. So of course, one that are well prepared will get the more points. And also when it comes to the first part for theory, of course not everybody studied the same, but use this as an example or as a way to train yourself and to prepare yourself for Shanghai. We have 8 to 10 months left, maybe 1 year, it depends. So take your time, really work hard with the equipment, try to do the exercise that we did previously in the last World Skills competitions. And if you have any problem, talk to your expert. I have a really good direct contact with the expert, and he can easily ask me question if I answer them if it's possible. So now let's watch the video from Hilmar Titch, and we come back after, and then we start the award ceremony.
Dear participants, dear experts, dear guests, thank you for attending our first hybrid challenge in skill water technology. So in the year of innovation, do the postponed World Skills Competition Shanghai, we catch the chance to bring our skill to a higher level. And I'm looking forward to meet you all in Shanghai next year. So please stay in contact and do some networking together. Thank you.
That was the message from Hilmar. He's the Chief Expert Water Technology Skill 55. He was with us since the beginning when the Skill 55, the Water Technology Skill started here in Germany. And it's been now since 2011. We developed little by little, and also more countries are interested to join us. Last time in Kazan we were 11 countries, and we are looking also for other nations to join us. We really want to create an opportunity for different people working in the water sector from different countries in the world to come together and join and start a dialogue, so that we are, and of course this is for the expert, the people you will meet, they will become really as your family. And also this is also goes for the competitor. You will create really long-lasting friendship, and from different with people from different cultures. So it's not only about the work what we do, but also about the human side of this competition or of this water technology skill. So as I said, we are looking forward for more countries to join us. And also we're here if you need any help, any explanation, or any support. Either me, my colleague Thomas Schwab from Adiro, or also Hilmar Tich or Rodrigo. He's the skill manager, he's in Brazil. He's also available for question. Also, Mr. Rudiger from the DWA, he's also one of the person you can ask and ask for support. So now we will start our ceremony. I will share again my screen. Give me just a minute. I forgot because I wrote an agenda, but we changed it last minute. So we are also with us. There is Mr. Klaus Kronberger. He's my boss, so I hope he's not going to be angry against me because I forgot him for a moment. Yeah, but he will be joining us right now with a small speech. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, perfect.
So give me just one moment, Klaus, to check with Thomas if we can hear your voice also in YouTube. Perfect. Yeah, you can go, Klaus.
Okay, thank you, Hamza. Dear WorldSkills Water Tech family, my name is Klaus Kronberger. I've been the managing director of Adiro since 31 years. It's a very great fortune that with joint efforts we have managed to hold this first hybrid challenge for water technology. The media technology of the 21st century is defying the COVID pandemic on one side. On the other hand, it needs people like you, all of you, who have the will to commit themselves to the topic of water. A worldwide networking of people and their knowledge is necessary to master the many big challenges of the world. Clean drinking water and clean water back to the nature sounds simple, but it is a big technology challenge, especially in big cities all over the world. Dear participants, you are needed. You are really needed for the future. Dear experts, pass your knowledge to the young ones. And please think about water and energy efficiency and resource efficiency. It's one. Without energy, no water. Without water, no energy. This must be clear for all of us. I finally would like to pay a big compliment to my two colleagues, Thomas Schwab and Hamza Lakpisi. They have taken on the challenge of familiarizing themselves with media technology. And it is only thanks to the two of them that we are all connected in the moment to each other all over the world. This is, I'm really lucky about this happening. And thank you all also for Elfie, Michael, Nader, Hilmar, and I can say many other names. I only want to pick one out. There is Rajat from India is with us. Rajat, please give my kindly regards to your chief, Mr. Raut. Thank you all for your attention and stay safe and healthy. And I hope we all meet us in Shanghai next year. And yeah, I hope our family, I wanted to say it again, our water family will grow up. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Klaus, for your kind words. That was really inspiring. I also sent again thanks for all the participants, for all the experts. And now we will start we have 15 minutes to finish, so we start with the award ceremony. But before that, let's watch another video. Also for the competitors and for the experts, one of the main equipment we use in the World Skills Challenge, it's the actual World Skills Challenge in Shanghai, in Kazan, in Abu Dhabi, in Sao Paulo, and in Leipzig, was the EDS water management system. So the system here, it simulates the water flow from the beginning till the end. That means from you pump it from the river, from the lake, or from underground, you need to, let's say, to treat it before you give it to the consumers. After you give it to the consumers, then these consumers drink it. Then when they drink it, they create wastewater. Wastewater flows also in the canalization, and then after that move to the waste treatment plant. After the waste treatment plant, sometimes it depends on the countries, they need to add an additional filtration unit. Most of the time they add sand filtration, but if you want to have really good wastewater quality, then you can also have a membrane technology. So we have stations that simulate the core process of these processes that we have in the water, and each station do one part of this water flow. This station came also to, let's say, to answer the question that we needed a system where we can train wastewater operator, as I said, when it comes to the process itself, but also adding a little bit of automatization in the sector. In Kazan, for example, we use the station number 4. This is the station that you saw before. It has an oxygen sensor. And why we have oxygen sensor? In order to know how much oxygen we have in the water, because this is the value we need for in the water and wastewater, in the wastewater treatment plant when it comes to the bacteria that make the nitrification. We have to create aerobic and anoxic, let's say, tanks, and in those tanks, the difference is there oxygen available or not. And in order to know how much oxygen you have to have the oxygen sensor. You saw the picture. So, as I said, each part of the system simulates a word. This here we simulate the sedimentation. So there is different sedimentation that you can see within the station. There is a sedimentation that is horizontal, the water is coming, or sedimentation that comes vertically. So both of them make the same job, but not both of them have the same parameters, let's say. So you see here a picture from the actual in the waste treatment plant, and also when it comes to the real in our system. We also have wastewater transport. You see how the particles are moving into the pipe, so a little bit of hydraulics, and why in wastewater treatment we need to have we send or the water in a gravity mode, so that the particle goes like flows to the waste treatment plant without adding pumps. One important thing when it comes to waste treatment plant or the oxygen control, 60–70% of the cost of a waste treatment plant when it has biological treatment goes to the air you pump in the water, aeration. So in order, imagine if you are working not in an efficient way in the waste treatment plant, and you know that 60–70% of the cost comes only from this part. So you can imagine how necessary it is for resource efficiency and also for energy efficiency to work with really good control of aeration. This also not only for the wastewater sector, there is also control of the pump station when it comes to the station number 2. This is the pumps, the water supply. You cannot also run if you worked in the water or you saw before the pump we use for drinking water. This is the water. This is pumps that are as big sometimes as you can have in an apartment room. So imagine if they are working 24 hours a day. It's not possible, or if they are working also not in an efficient way. It's not possible. It will be a catastrophe for the operator, for the water treatment plant, for the whole city, for the taxpayer, for the private company that are working in the station. So you have to have good controls. And within all this station, this is only 2 small examples. You can teach this control of this different system in regard to the water and wastewater sector. And also, all the system, you can simulate a city. So you have to develop also this or train the system thinking. You can possible to work within teams. That means you have a kind of teamwork between the competitors or between the students in your classroom. And those stations, you saw a map. It's been used everywhere in the world. Used in engineering school, universities, vocational school. So there is the curriculums or the workbook that comes with each station, and they have all the exercises. So that was a little bit about the ideas. Now let's start officially let's show the countries, the winning countries. So one moment, please. Thank you for staying with us till now. We have 5 minutes till 11, so in the last 5 minutes we will show the winners. Laptop is a little bit slower, guys, so you have to bear with me. So we had, as I said, 11 competitors from 7 countries: China, Russia, India, Iran, Belarus, South Africa, and Germany. Some countries send 1 competitor, other countries send 2. When it comes to the expert also, we had 14 experts. So we had the same experts as the nations, and we had other experts who helped us this time. Hopefully next time they can also have a participant with us. They were from Ghana, from Namibia, Morocco, Japan, and Singapore. So So each expert had a competitor to monitor. Sometimes we put 2 experts with the participant because, for example, when it comes to to Ghana or to Japan, for example, they don't have experience with the expert is their first time with us for the challenge and also first time joining us for the water competition. They haven't been with us in Kazan or before, so they have a little bit no idea, and we cannot put them directly to monitor a participant. So we needed to put them with another expert to have more experience in order for them to learn and to see how the other expert works. And this is also was a good challenge or a good let's say, exercise for them. So let's go to the winners. Number 3, Mr. Damir from Russia. He's the person who got the 3rd places. So congratulations to Damir. 2nd place is Mr. Chang Chuping from China. I asked some question, and Mr. Chang Chuping, or Chuping Chang, is 22 years old. He studied at Chanqi Environmental Engineering School in Kansu in China, and he's really interested in the water sector since he was a kid. I quote him. He learned as a young age that the water pollution is getting higher and higher, and he needed to do something about it. And also he has, or his goals for the future is to work and study in the China's Environmental Protection Resources School. So congratulations for 2nd place. The 1st place then, there was 2 persons. They got the same point, that was 88 points out of 100. And those 2 persons are, let's go, 1, 2, 3, Miss Nagel from Germany and from Mr. Chigang Chang from Peking Industrial College in China. So congratulations to all of you guys. Those are the winners. Of course, please, the other guys, I didn't want to create from 1 till 11. It doesn't make any sense. But for the other guys, there was not a lot of difference of points between the first one and the last one. So bear in mind that there was sometimes difference of 1 point, 2 point, 2 point. So it's not that hard, or it's not that hard. And as I said to you guys, please use this as an experience, as a first-time experience with us. So don't feel sad or don't feel down because of it. Other persons as I said, trained very early, started the training. They also were well prepared. I can see that. Other person, they learned or they tried or they started training only 2 to 3 weeks before. So you cannot compare between yourself. So we're here to help, to support you in the future if you have any questions. And of course, I hope that you have now an idea, because now you worked under stress with a time limit online. So it's maybe a little bit more difficult than offline where we are next to you. But nevertheless, you have to not forget that during the actual competition, there is also people watching you. And then I'm talking not only 100%, I'm talking more than 100% watching you. Imagine somebody's behind you with a camera explaining to his kids and you're working. It will make you really, really stressful. So please, when you train and try to simulate the same environment you will have during the competition. And hopefully everything will go fine. But of course, here it's not about winning. It's more about being part of this family and giving your best. As long as you gave your best, even if you didn't win the actual medal, but for me, you won just by being representing your country and being one part of this water family. So then, thank you very much, guys. It was really a great event. I hope you enjoyed it. We are looking also for your feedback for improvement for next time from the experts, from the participants. Please free to contact me anytime you have any problems in the future. And for the people that are watching us, join us. We need more countries. We need to make this family much, much bigger. And if you need any support, contact me directly, or as I said, one of my colleagues from Adiro, or another colleague from Festo, or Mr. Rudiger or Hermar from the DWA and WorldSkills Germany. With this, guys, I wish you have a nice day where you are, nice evening for the persons or the people in Asia, and we see you next time. By the way, A grateful thank to Mr. Thomas Schwab, who was behind the scene. He's one person working with 3 laptops or 4 laptops, so really a warm thanks to him. So with this, guys, I wish you a good day. Ciao.